So I've already done some of the cuts here, but the sides right here, they are 40 inches long, and the width of it here is going to be 30, but the boards are actually 27 inches because two of the 2x4s stuck together to make 3 inches. So these here have to be 27 inches, and these here are 40. We are going to, this top piece here is actually going to be the top up above the wall, and you'll see here in a little bit how we do that. We're making the base, we're going to have it standing on edge like it is, so that when we put the floor in for the dog, it's above the ground. It doesn't get wet when it rains, even if the if the dirt gets wet. The 2x4s take that wetness or moisture instead of the actual floor, so the dog can get back in this doghouse and still be dry. So we'll get to more later after we get some more made. So this is what I've done as far as the base goes. I actually took some of the scraps and made a center support as well for the floor. It's pretty simple. Just cut the boards and then screwed them in. I put two screws in this end, 2 screws here, 2 screws going back this way in that end, and 2 screws back there. And then I just screwed in this center board here from each side and together. And then we'll put the floor on top of that, and then we're going to build the sides and the roof here pretty soon. So what I've done is I've cut this 4x4 piece of plywood, 40 by 30. That's going to be the floor. I screwed it into the, I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I'm sorry, 8 screws. Screwed it in there, and I have this left over. I've gotten 2 pieces of 4x4 and then a couple other ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one solid piece for the front and then cut out the door, and we'll see how we do that here in just a minute. And I've done it the way I've done it because I'm trying to do this as cheaply as possible. I'd like to get away with about a $30 to $35 doghouse, and so that's why I'm piecing these together. The front, which everybody, or if you're in the backyard, people are going to see, is going to look like one solid piece, and it's going to look really nice. The sides are going to be probably two pieces stacked on top of each other, so it'll look okay. It just won't look great, but nobody's going to see that anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then that's it for now, I think. So here's what I've done. I did not screw this in yet, but I cut a 40 by 30 piece, and then I measured, actually just gauged, drew a line on the back side of the board at the level of the floor, and that's where I made the base of my door. And then I just cut up about 25 inches from there, which gives him a decent amount of space to walk into. And then I also, I don't know how long I made it actually, I just kind of gauged it. But anyway, so I just cut that out, and then I'm going to screw this side in. And I'm probably going to put it in the top frame after that. I'm not positive yet how I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll do the sides and then the top frame. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. And we'll do a little bit more, and I'll show you what else I did. Alright, so I have decided that I am going to take this 2 by 4 foot board here. I'm going to rip it at 40 inches. My front door is 30 inches, and this back wall is going to be 24 inches. And I realize a 6-inch drop is a little bit steep, but inside is still going to be rather large. Large, definitely enough for him to turn around and be comfortable in. So that's how I'm going to make the back. I'm trying to do this to conserve wood just so I can make sure I have enough wood for the entire thing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to rip this here at 40 inches. This will be the back wall. It'll be one full piece. And that way, if I do have to buy more wood, it'll just be for the roof. It'll be a one solid piece for the roof. I've also considered piecing the roof in. So we'll see what I decide to do. I'm going to need to piece the sides in, but like I said, we'll see how I take care of that, and it should be pretty simple. So anyway, I'll show you what it looks like after I get some more put on. Alright, so the back piece is on. It's that 6-foot drop. What I'm going to begin to do now is I'm going to build the frame for the top, and actually instead of building the frame on its own and then trying to put it in, I'm going to nail the two long pieces actually to this board here, this 2x4. I'm going to put on the top. I'm going to screw that in. I'm going to screw one back here on the back, and then I'll be able to take my 30-inch pieces and screw them in so that I know that they fit just snug, and I can do any small cuts or adjustments I need to do on those pieces to make it all fit really, really well and flush. So that's my plan. Once I get that done, it's a matter of slapping on the sides, screwing them in. I'm going to cut them, obviously, but it's a matter of slapping them on, screwing them in, and putting the top on, and then we're done. So, yep, here we go. So here's where we're at. Like I said, I'm piecing this together now because I'm trying to conserve all the wood I have. I have cut 30-inch boards here and nailed them in. I have the frame here. I did the frame to the wood that I had, so the frame is to keep it sturdy. It's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be perfect, or at least for my liking, it doesn't have to be perfect. There we go, it's not so blurry. So I've got the two sides on, and then I'm going to cut a angled piece so that it takes up that gap right there, and then we'll cut the roof and we'll pretty much be done. I'm going to take a tarp and I'm going to tack a tarp in over the roof so that instead of shingling it, because I again don't want to spend too much money. So I'll show you what we got once it's finished. This is the final product. I use carpet tacks to put the I use carpet tacks to put the tarp on. Just something other than shingles. I didn't want to go buy a package of shingles just to do this, so I did the tarp and carpet tacks. I think it'll be pretty good. We'll probably put a blanket or something in there, maybe some straw, and yeah, it'll be good.